Hey, I am back again today for video number 2 of my YouTube channel. I am extremely excited, as I'm sure you guys can tell by now. I am working only one job this week, so that is allowing me time to make 5 videos. That's my goal this week. Just so I can get in the habit of doing so and I can get started. Again, my name is Akasha, and this is Ascension Dark Divine Fairy Tale, or Ascension D2F. So here we go. I don't like long intros. They bore me to tears. I don't stick around with videos that do that for too long. So here we go. So I realized that I said that I would mention these videos that I came across to help cultivate and just kind of these people, these videos, channels, minds, energies, all of the above that I came across that help validate things that I have felt my entire life, things that I've gone through recently, and help me connect these dots. That's what I was supposed to mention, but I decided while I was talking that I don't want to mention those channels and those people yet, because from my experience, people don't take you seriously until they see you doing a certain amount of things, which I still find very unfortunate. People only listen to people that have money or some type of fan base or following or consistency. And I get that, but at the same time, sometimes I think people come into your life that can still lead you to something without them being some type of mogul or sleeping out in the car to get certain things done. You know, I believe you can learn something from a crackhead, and that's real. So it's unfortunate that the world is set up like that, especially in my experience dealing with men. So I didn't want to mention those channels because I don't know these people, but I do respect their efforts and what they're trying to do. And I'm just going to have to go on experience here and just kind of, I can talk about some of their work and integrate it into what I'm saying, because that's why I'm here. But I won't mention it, not yet. However, they have done amazing work, and again, it just feels so good to know that there is a community out there of people that have done the work, whether it's through ancient study and science, to just validate what you have always felt. I'm just a regular chick that has led an extraordinary life, but I believe we all have. So I wanted to get that out of the way. All right, so love. So this journey, how I got here. Okay, where do I start? Okay, so let me start with this image. This is called Ascension, and I took that photo of myself in August 2020, ironically. I think maybe 3 years to I think today makes 3 years. All of this is completely by accident. I'm gonna look at the original photo and I'll mention it again. But I woke up this morning and I thought, wow, you know, it's just so bizarre. I'm telling you guys, like, the universe, you know how people say, all in God's time. That is true, but I believe that you decide as well. You're the God of your own universe. You are not the source. You are not the God or the one source or the divine consciousness, which is something I also want to correct. I said that I believe God is a conscious, and I do, but I meant to say consciousness. Anyway, so this photo was taken August 2020. I was in the house by myself, and my then significant other, his name is Devlin in the story that I've written about this portion of my life. His name is Devlin Sin. I just always love that name, Devlin. It's weird, and it actually fits him. So Devlin wasn't at home much after Mother's Day. Bookmark that. Mother's Day 2020. There was some pressing business in his family that caused him to be away from home. And because he was going back and forth and around his mother and his family, I too had to be careful going in and out of the house and making sure I didn't get sick. So when he did come home, and he was at home working, he is a successful producer and composer, Grammy nominated. Grammy nominated. Yeah, he works really hard, but he was out of the house tending to his family. What he was dealing with was the first step of me really having heightened levels of anxiety, which I had already had, but was totally unaware that that's what I was feeling. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to hide this. I didn't realize I forgot to wrap it after my bath. I have staples in my arm. I had a box cutter and pulled up white. It was insane. Anyway, so I'm sorry. That looks so gross. I'm going to try to keep that off camera. But he was gone. And I thought, well, this would be a good time for me to try to calm myself, because he is, in fact, has NPD, and I did not know how to handle him and what he was going through. I didn't know if it would be worse for me or better for me. But again, this is August when this was taken, and things were just, we had some big moments regarding of what he was dealing with. I left and I came back. I just, regardless of how he was acting, I just couldn't, I was worried about him. So I left. I went to Indiana, and then I came back twice. Anyhow, at this time I was at the house, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to work on some of my acting photos. I like to take a lot of them myself. For some reason, I just haven't found someone to take photos of me that I like. I don't know. I hadn't. So I'm pretty good with messing around with some pictures, and I literally spent the entire day taking pictures of myself. And it got to the end of the day, and I was in our bedroom, and I don't know what it was. I was taking off all my clothes and getting ready to take off my makeup and just send him a text, because I was very lonely without him. Again, we're already dealing with COVID, and for lack of what it was that we had at that time, that's what I had. That's what we had. And I was very lonely when he was gone for 2-3 weeks at a time. Ironically, with his family here in South Carolina, which is before I ever even came here. The level of bizarre is, never even seen this place. Never thought I would end up in a place where he was actually born. He had never even told me about this place. So weird. Anyhow, so Anyway, I was walking in the room and I had saved the laundry to do just to give me something to do. And I am one of those women that I do love to take care of home, and I'm very domesticated. It's something that I'm passionate about and I'm proud of, and I know we're all supposed to be boss bitches, and we're supposed to always, you know, everyone does things 50-50, and I'm a little bit different. So later, many videos down the road, but I don't give a shit. I'm proud of being that type of woman. So I was in his closet and I took off all my clothes and I looked at this very intimate place for us. And I literally broke down, like crying, standing in this one particular area of the closet. And I was looking at the bed and I just had this whole, I'm gonna try not to cry, this whole moment of what we had been, what everything that we could be. And I'm not upset now because of the hanging on of still loving him. This is not what that is about. This is about me and realizing how vulnerable I was to him. And I had never, ever been so vulnerable to anyone in my entire life. And I've had some relationships, very successful men, very rich men, very just 9-to-5ers, just, but a real, like, when I deal with someone, I deal with them for a long time. Like, it's, I never have any intention of the relationships ending, but I never looked at someone or connected someone that I could not see myself without. I had never experienced that before. The vulnerability with him was so high. It was high intimately, it was high emotionally, it was high spiritually. And I had gone through some things in my childhood that caused me to feel high levels of guilt in being physically intimate with anyone. And he was the first person in my entire life that I never felt that with. Like, I'm going to say parts of this for an OnlyFans because I plan to read my story in great detail and give the details there. But it was intense, and he knew all this. He chose to hurt me where I was vulnerable most. And I had all these emotions going on at that moment, and I just was crying. And I remember having one of his shirts and just holding on to it. And like looking at his jeans and these moments that we had. And I was in so much pain, but at the same time, I was so proud of me, of myself, that I don't know how to describe it, that I can feel so bad, but still feel so good about what I experienced with him. Even though I knew by 2020, I knew that he and I being together is not anything that I needed to focus on. I knew that things had gotten so bad and so damaged, and I didn't even know who I was anymore. My own mom passed away not knowing me. last year because I was so different than who I was. So I crawled into our bed and I had the remote. You can't see because I'm in the way, but in that hand there's a remote for the camera. And I was just remembering love. I remember the moments where he was vulnerable. I remember, literally, you guys are gonna laugh, but this is real. I remember understanding, I was thinking about, there was a Prince song that came in my head the first time I was with him, and it was Adore. I think that song came out when I was in the 4th or 5th grade. And I understood those lyrics for the first time. Music is a big part of my life, and music is what I heard when I met him. Literally, I had this moment and it said, turn to music. Again, all of this will come out more later. I literally thought that being with him was what I was supposed to do. Being with him, everything that I had ever gone through in my entire life prepared me to be with him. And I never felt so vulnerable and free. And seen as when I was with him. Anyway, it's the reason, again, for all of this, but that's what that is about. And because I felt that way, I felt that I ascended to a different place for even already having that experience for myself. You know, I almost felt selfish for the first time because I realized how do you feel this bad when this person treats you this way, but you still feel so good about all of this pain? And I knew at that moment I had reached another level. And so this is why this is Ascension. It is about vulnerability and courage and sensuality and the power and sensuality and even at the macro level, how if you're a sensual woman, if you're a sexually confident woman, you're a hoe. You have to not wear makeup, wear your hair natural. You have to not care about superficial things to be woke and deep. Just like this person that I refer to, he wrote this book that said, woke doesn't mean broke. Okay? Well, woke doesn't mean none in every sense of the word. You know, woke doesn't mean I have to walk around with an afro and a bone in my nose to prove that I'm woke. It doesn't mean I have to dress like a nun or be afraid of my sensuality or my sexuality and the power, what it is to me, of femininity and being a woman and what I'm sitting on right now. That has value. And for so long, we've been told that it didn't. And I've never been so proud to be a woman in my vulnerability with him. You know? So, I'm more going to that. I was going to sell these actually at one point, but I decided not to. It was a whole nother thing. Anyway, so that's what that is about. So, I showed that to him. The first blanket I had made was a king size. It got left in the Midwest, but I got another one made. It's downstairs on my wall above my sofa, and I'm very proud of that photo. It makes so many people uncomfortable. I can't believe when I first posted it a page or two ago, I had so many comments about it, and I was going to start a channel then. And it was, I love the fact that it evoked emotion the way that it did. But anyway, this is where we are now. So there's that. I still get emotional when I think about it and think about that moment. But anyhow, he came home, and I had this, it's a blanket is what it is actually. And I spread it out, and he was being the human that he can be. And I said, hey, come here a sec. I was like, do you like this blanket? And he was like, that's my bed. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I bought the sheets. He was like, I was like, it's beautiful, right? He said, and he walked away. So that let me know it was dope as fuck. Anyway, so that's that. All right, so love. This experience in this situation taught me love. It taught me, kind of put me in my place. I always thought I just knew about love, and I knew how to take care of a man, and I knew how to love somebody, and I knew what love was, and I just thought I had it all together about that thing called love. Because I'm a very loving person, and I've always been kind of courageous with it. I don't know if you all are into astrology, but I am a true definition of a Cancer woman. Born within the first 7 days of the zodiac, I am extremely a Cancer woman. And so we're very confident and secure about love and emotion and things of that nature. I'm kind of puffed up in the chest about it even. Ooh. The universe said, for real, that's how you feel? Baby? I knew nothing about love. Nothing. Nothing. The only thing that's been consistent is I ain't afraid of it. But I learned what love is, its capabilities, its limits, its boundaries. And I thought I loved myself. I'm not saying that I didn't, but not high level. Not high level. Because I knew nothing of my ego. I did not think that I had any ego issues with love. I was unaware. Oh boy, did I have those. And at first, not being able to let go, okay, I get it. But I came to the realization that it was my ego. That he bruised far more than anything else. I was upset that my love couldn't heal him, fix him, motivate him, made him choose possibility, limitless over his trauma. Someone with narcissistic personality disorder, that's what it is. They are stumped in their trauma. They are already committed. Before I met that man was already in a deep committed relationship with his trauma. There is no room for ascension when you are literally stumped and stopped and stagnant and committed to your trauma. But I thought, oh my God, I'm just gonna love him through it. And I'm going to love him past it. And he just don't understand. He just don't understand that he worth more than that. And I was loving that man with the damn vengeance. And the more I pushed, the more he said, for real. And the more he tore my ass up. And that taught me a lot. That at some point when you can't get past something, it's your ego that is bruised. And that's okay, because we're human. Guess what? That's why we're all here, to figure this shit out. And that's why I'm here talking. So now I know what, for me, what love is and what it ain't. And all of its capabilities, boundaries, and limits in proper timing. That's the thing. It's the timing. Things that I have let go of saying before I stop, because I never want to go over a half hour. I think people's attention, too much information at one time, they won't retain it anyway if they even sit that long. Love is a choice. Just like Neo in the Matrix, y'all. Come on. That was the thing. The problem is choice. We can see this thing called life and this experience and this version of reality as dark or light. But either way, it's divine. It's divine. It's going to be your heaven or hell. You choose if it's going to be your heaven or hell. And you have to make that choice all day, every day, over and over and over again. It's bizarre. Like it's we were just taught so wrong, y'all, about everything. And it's so funny. My mama used to say all the time, something don't seem right. Everything just seemed backwards. And I wish I could tell her. Well, I know she knows, but she was right. Not that I ever doubted her, but she was right. She's only been gone a year. I had planned to go see her last year for my birthday and stay a week and surprise her. But she passed away 7 days after Mother's Day. So I never got to tell her, you know. I can sit and I can cry and keep crying about all the time and everything that loving him took away from me and my family and my mom, and the energy that I just didn't have. I couldn't be around people. The high levels of anxiety. But, and I'm not trying to roll it in sugar, but those things did happen. But I gained far more than I lost. And I decided to keep on gaining from that. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna go. Again, my name is Akasha, and I'm so glad you're here and willing to find fellowship with me and people like me, because we are out here and we have some moguls that are out here doing award shows, going to schools, talking to people. We have scholars who have spent their own money to wake up minds. There are people doing research as we speak, in digs and archaeological studies and celestial studies, UFO chasing. All of these things are all going to make sense of how they all go together. So thank you for sitting with me through my second video, and I have got to rush off to work. Somebody got to make the donuts, right? Single girl business. I never thought I would be single and without my partner, but somewhere along the line I decided it needed to happen, so I'm gonna rise to it, and I'm gonna figure this shit out or die in the process. It's all good either way, but I'm gonna keep going. So I've gone over a minute, so tomorrow another video, and I'm going to pick up where I left off. Until then, happy Tuesday, I think it is. Ascension, magic, miracles, balance, love, in and out of time to all of you. Have a good day. Bye.